Welcome back to Financial Independence 101. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the Olympics and how they're making a mockery or trying to mock Christianity, and it has backfired on them. They're trying to backpedal. They're losing support from advertisers, specifically one. But I'm going to get into talking about this. The Olympics itself seems to be quite broken this year, and it's sad because you have boxers that are not female boxing with male boxers in it, and people have trained their whole lives to go to the Olympics for their category and not getting a fair shot. And people are standing up for this. People are standing up for this. Christians are going to stand up for being mocked, obviously. God won't be mocked. And this young lady here, she's brave. She just flat out said, I'm not going to be part of this. And that was a lot of emotion. Very, very impressive on her behalf. And all this controversy is taken away from the athletes that are actually doing great work in the Olympics. And we've got to talk about these stories. But is the Olympics broken now because of all of the craziness that's going on? We'll talk about this some more coming up. So during the opening of the Olympics, there was a scene, and it really wasn't the main part of the opening. It was a scene. And people were just disgusted by this. Worldwide, around the world, mocking Christianity. They're set up as the Last Supper. And you can see this clearly that it's actually an inverse relationship mocking of it. You see the blue guy on the top picture with his arms faced to the right. Then down below there's a guy dressed in blue with his arms faced to the left. Now I'm with this picture. If I say the wrong gender or get the wrong pronoun, that's not my fault. I'm just going to put that out there. It's not my fault. What my eyes show me is what I'm going to be saying. There's no, they don't have name tags with their gender. Let's just put it that way. On the left over there, you've got, on the top, there's a guy with his hands up. Down below, there's what appears to be a young lady with her arms down. And you see this all over in the very center. There's Jesus with his arms out, like in a loving fashion. And then you've got a lady, I believe that's a woman, down there, with her arms not out but up and making a heart or something. But it's an inverse relationship mocking this picture. Now, this is the painting, the picture they say they're trying to mock, or they're trying to copy. That's what they're trying to say. They're trying to copy that picture. If you look, there is nothing at all similar from the picture on the right to what was happening at the opening scene. So they're telling you straight up, believe our lies. Do not believe your eyes, and don't think for yourselves. See, that is actually the same narrative that comes from the globalists. It's a globalist narrative that they're using on you. Believe our lies and not your eyes. And it's funny because you keep seeing it all the time. It is a leftist and globalist narrative that I'm kind of sick and tired of hearing and seeing. So I actually called my brother, who just does not care at all. He just does not care at all. He had no idea this was going on, but of course his wife did, because she's deeply, I don't know, is she brainwashed by the left? I guess she is. And she literally stood up for the argument that the painting on the right is what they were trying to symbolize. And there is no carryover. There's no correlation. There's less than a 1% correlation here. Not even a 1% correlation. So looking at that, it's obviously going after Christianity, obviously mocking Christianity, obviously an inverse relationship mocking this painting for the Last Supper. And Christians all over the world, 2 billion Christians, are upset about this. And that's going to cost people some money. And it's funny too, because the net end result is just strengthening the resolve. You got a lot of Christians out there, and I got to say, I'm not doing enough on my part. But my resolve is strengthened here. And I got to tell you, I'm going to be doing a lot more, and I'm going to be speaking up a lot more. And you're going to see that from every Christian on the planet, 2 billion of them. So thank you, I guess, for for mocking Christianity, because Christians needed this. So I want to say right now that I have nothing against anybody in the LGBTQ community. I believe in freedom for everybody, and freedom to enjoy your life the way you want to. If you are a man that wants to wear a dress for whatever reason, I know people that do that. I don't have a problem with it. I know some drag queens, one of which has helped me with my cosplay in the past. I don't have a problem with it. Whatever makes you happy, that's the world that we live in today. But I have to say this. Men should not be beating up women in the boxing ring. It should not be a sport to let men beat up on women. And that's not acceptable. And it never should be, never has been in the past until this Olympics for the first time. And now we did have issues in the past in swimming, and that's one thing that it's unfair in swimming that you have a man, and men are physically built different than women. It's a fact. The X and the Y chromosomes are a fact, but female Olympic boxer quits reduced to tears after 46 seconds in a fight against a male competitor. And this is ridiculous that this even was allowed in the first place. But now you've got the actual participants that have to stand up for what's right in the world, because what's wrong with the people in power want things to be wrong for whatever reason. But as you can see here, we have Italy's own Angela Carini, that she was taken to tears by a man in the ring with her. And the thing is, they tested him, and in the past was told he couldn't compete, and he failed the XY chromosome test on Thursday. But here's the weird thing about this. The weird thing is, he wasn't allowed to compete before in women's sports, and now they just check the passport. Whatever box you check on your passport for the Olympics. This is insane. It's insane. This has nothing. And by the way, this is not an LGBTQ thing. This is people in power not actually doing the right thing. And things need to change. And this young lady, Angela Carini, is going to be a cog in change happening. In fact, her standing up for this, and basically her dreams are being shattered by a man punching her in the face, and she's got the support of the entire world behind her. That's amazing. Now, right away, we saw a tech company come out, the C Spire, and they pulled their advertising support from the Olympics simply because they do not agree with the opening ceremony mocking the painting created to show a biblical moment crucial to the Christian faith. They disagreed with that. And that's the thing. We've got corporations coming out that disagree with what's going on. And is it a political statement that was being made? Who really knows why they did this? Who knows who put them up to this strange thing? But the Olympics is going to be losing money. And the Olympics is a draw to whatever area you put the Olympics on. Obviously, you're going to have ticket sales. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of people that need to eat, so businesses around thrive. But people, I don't have stats and numbers because that's not going to get out. The stats and numbers on how bad that the financial blow this took to the Olympics this year is never going to surface. They're going to keep that number, that information hidden from the world. But there'll be pockets of people saying, I expected this much business because of it and I didn't see it. But that's not really something that you could say, well, you weren't guaranteed that in the first place. But with advertisers pulling support for this, it's showing that there are people that stand on the side of right. Now, I will say press is giving coverage to Simone Biles, and she has an amazing story, but there's other Olympic athletes that are probably not going to the full level of recognition because most people just aren't watching the Olympics now. People just stop watching the Olympics. They boycott the Olympics over all this. And I have to say that this young lady has an amazing story. And yes, the ABC News is covering her amazing story. And I'm glad that they are. The fact that she did have 4 years ago, she made the hard decision to step away from the Olympics, to not participate because of mental health, for her own mental health. And I just could never, in my mind, this is all you've done is train every day for this point. and something that you had a tough decision. It's a tough decision. I don't know if I could have made the right decision. I probably would have competed and just had a problem. But she came back stronger than ever, and she's just winning it. She is having such a great performance, and she's won a lot of medals. She still has more that she can win. It's amazing that she has done such a great job, and she came back. This is a comeback story, and it is awesome. And she got a lot of flack. She was told that she let her team down, and there was a lot of negativity. And there was some support, though, because mental health is a problem, and she took care of it, and that's awesome. I'm really proud of her. But Olympics, broken? Is it one of those things that's it'll come back in 4 years, but will we see this kind of stuff again, or is this going to be completely eradicated? Why do leftists continually utilize or use and abuse the LGBTQ community for their nefarious evil acts? I don't understand why they do that kind of stuff. I don't have anything negative to say about the actors in this. They did their job and they played a role. I don't truly think that they have evil intentions themselves. It's much, much higher than that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Financial Independence out.